Rapaziada, começando mais um vídeo aqui no canal, continuando nossa série de Skyrim. Pessoal, ocorreu um problema, ocorreu um erro aqui. Eu tô muito bravo, nossa, eu passei dias e dias tentando resolver esse problema. É do meu gravador de tela, o OBS Studio. Ele tava ocorrendo um problema quando eu tava gravando meus vídeos. O jogo roda normal, no meu PC roda normal, só que quando eu terminava de gravar, tava tendo muita queda de frame, parecia que eu tava gravando a 5 FPS. E eu não entendi. Aí isso eu fiquei dias e dias tentando resolver. E eu acho que eu consegui resolver. E nessa coisa toda eu acabei perdendo o episódio. Que foi onde eu tentei gravar, eu fiz umas missões e eu perdi um episódio inteiro, um episódio completo. Mas eu vou resumir o que aconteceu. A gente parou no último episódio vocês podem ver que a gente parou naquele local, que a gente desceu, acabou parando naquele local. Aí a gente chegou lá numa torre e a gente pegou um pergaminho, entregou lá pro Paralax. E esse pergaminho quando tava lá na montanha do Paralax, a gente veio meio que ter uma visão do passado, para descobrir como é que chama? O grito do dragão lá, esqueci o nome. Aí com isso tudo, o Alduin apareceu na montanha, a gente batalhou com o Alduin. A gente venceu o Alduin consequentemente, né? Mago Mestre não vai perder o Alduin logo de uma vez. Então, vencemos o Alduin, só que não matamos ele fugiu ainda. E o Parallax nos deu a ideia de vir aqui e capturar um dos servos do Alduin. E é isso que nós vamos fazer neste episódio. Resumi bem? Eu acho que sim. Então bora que bora. Tá ligado? E a gente vai começar aqui com o rei. No momento ele vai estar dormindo. Safado que ele tira. Passei muito tempo tentando resolver esse problema do OBS.
May the gods watch over your back. I must have misheard you. I thought you asked me to help you trap a dragon in my palace. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. We'll just have to keep fighting the dragons as best we can. What you're asking for is insane. Impossible. You want me to let a dragon into the heart of my city, with the threat of war on my doorstep? There must be another way. The risk is too great. Alduin, the World Eater himself. But how can we fight him? Doesn't his return mean it's the end times? I don't know about such things, but I heard the Greybeard summon you. That's good enough for me. Now what's this nonsense about trapping a dragon in my palace? I want to help you, Dragonborn, and I will, but I need your help first. Ulfric and General Tullius are both just waiting for me to make a wrong move. Do you think they will sit idle while the dragon is slaughtering my men and burning my city? No. I can't risk weakening the city while we are under the threat of enemy attack. I'm sorry. Then I would be glad to help you with your mad dragon-trapping scheme, but getting both sides to agree to a truce will be difficult at this point. The bitterness has gone too deep. Maybe. What of the Greybeards? They are respected by all Nords. High Hrothgar is neutral territory. If the Greybeards were willing to host a peace council, then maybe Ulfric and Tullius would have to listen.
Ótimo.
Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep.
Vou lá falar com os bárbaros cinzentos, então. Oh, meu Deus. Nossa. Não acredito até hoje que eu perdi um episódio inteiro. Mas tá bom, né? São altos e baixos. Vou falar aqui com o velho aqui.
Alduin? We heard the Dragonren shout from here. You defeated him? I feared as much. I thought it was him we saw flying east after your battle. We are not warriors. What is overlooked in the Dragonborn is not permitted to any other followers of the Way of the Voice.
You misunderstand our authority. The Greybeards have never involved themselves in political affairs.
I see. The dragon will lead you to Alduin, but without the Jarl's help. Paarthurnax has made the decision to help you. This is the road we have to walk. Even the Greybeards must bend to the winds of change, it seems. So be it. Tell Ulfric and General Tullius that the Greybeards wish to speak to them. We will see if they still remember us. Sky?
Aí a gente vai ter que falar com o general dos Stormcloaks e a outra facção, que eu não me lembro o nome. Mano, eu sou horrível pra guardar nomes. Sou uma perdição pra guardar nomes, velho. Vamos primeiro. Vai ficar.
What is it? Dragons? Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
What business do college mages have in a place like Sort?
Bom.
Don't suppose you'd enchant my sword. Dull old blade can barely cut
Thank you.
butter.
Are my men now giving free rein to anyone? Do you have some reason to be here, citizen? Right, Helgen. One of the prisoners, if I recall correctly. I suppose that's true. Fine. Why don't you have a chat with Legate Ricka? I suspect we might have use for someone resourceful like you. Not many survived, Helgen. Besides, I'm sure your being imprisoned was all a terrible misunderstanding.
I'm telling you.
Speak with Legate
Ulfric's
Ricka.
planning an attack
The
on
Greybeards. What do those old hermits want with me? Why, there's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor. They are getting to be a problem. But I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons. My job is to quell this rebellion, and I intend to do just that. Dragons or no dragons. I'll be the judge of that. Besides, by all reports, the Stormcloaks are suffering just as much as we are from these dragon attacks. Fair enough. We're driving the Stormcloaks back well enough at the moment, but we're already overstretched. That's what comes of trying to win a war with a bare handful of legions. if the Emperor would just give me the reinforcements I've requested. Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do. He'd be insane to try.
Convencemos
He
ele
doesn't have
ali.
the men.
That's not what my
Foto
scouts
ali dos
report, sir.
Stormscrow.
You're that one from the college.
Eu não sei
Heard
pronunciar
about
essas
you.
coisas, não. Vamos lá.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
We haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Vamos lá.
Algrif won't give us a straight answer.
Aí
He's a
ele...
true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude.
I remember
The
you.
Empire's putting a
You were at
great
Helgen
deal
with
of
us.
pressure on
Come to
White
join the war. Speak with Galmar. He handles the new recruits. I'm sorry to hear that. If you change your mind, speak with Galmar. What does bring you to me? It's about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want? I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course, and the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there. Alduin, the world eater of song and legend. True. Well, it changes the situation, doesn't it? Even Tullius may be forced to talk sense in the face of such a threat. Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs.
Aí.
And what you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
Convenci os dois aí, vamos lá. Vou colocar meu ponto aqui em saúde. Um pouquinho de saúde, né? Bom, sempre bom, sempre bom.
So, you've done it. The men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters. Peace? I doubt it. They may put their weapons down for a moment, but only to gather strength for the next bloodletting. They are not yet tired of war. Far from it. Do you know the ancient Nord word for war? Season unending. And so it has proved. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
So, Arngeir, is it?
Não
You know
sentar
why
aqui na
we're here.
gavia.
Are you going to let us in or not?
You are not invited here. You are not welcome here.
We have as much right to be at this
vamos
council
aqui,
as
hein?
all of you. More, actually,
Direitinho.
since we were the ones that put the Dragonborn on this path.
É. Vamos ver o que esses caras vão resolver aqui, né? Olha, parecendo a tábua redonda do rei Arthur. Mas aqui é o rei mago, não? A tábua redonda do rei mago.
Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin. I hope that we have all come here in the spirit
You
of...
insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? You're Chief Talos Hunter?
That didn't take long.
Here, here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard, the nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that I would sit down at the same table with that Thalmor bitch. Either she walks or I do. I'm glad we agree on this.
Very well, Ulfric. Enjoy your petty victory. The Thalmor will treat with whatever government rules Skyrim. We would not think of interfering in your civil war.
Ha! Skyrim will never bow to the Thalmor. Unlike your Imperial friends here.
You're lucky I respect the Greybeard's counsel, Galmar.
Legate, we represent the Emperor here.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Here we go.
The only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the Dragon Menace. There's nothing else to talk about. Unless the Empire is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be
We're
able
here
to resist.
to arrange a temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif.
General, this is outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it. Ulfric, you can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth at the negotiating table. You hoped to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely
What would the
out of
Empire
character.
want in return?
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough! First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth. The rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil, and threaten Ulfric's southern flank.
The Dragonborn has spoken, Tullius. Markarth will be ours. Now we'll see if there's anything behind your talk of good faith.
You disappoint me, Dragonborn. I accepted your invitation on trust in your good name. But it seems you intend to favor Ulfric. I can see now that this is not a negotiation at all. I know you, Ulfric. If I hand over Markarth, you'll be ready with a new demand. You'll never defeat the Empire, and you know it. But you're willing to sacrifice thousands for your own selfish ambition. Soon enough, I'll have you back under the headsman's axe, and this time there won't be any dragon to save you.
As always, the Empire's fine words are worth nothing.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
I don't know about the end of the world, but this dragon situation has gotten out of hand. If this truce will help the Dragonborn here put an end to that menace, we both gain. Remember that, Ulfric. Now, back to the matter at hand. You know as well as I do that we can't hand over Markarth on these terms.
Show us bones. Where will these demands end?
Out with it, then.
We want compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten.
You slaughtered the very people you claim to be fighting for. True sons of Skyrim would never do such things.
Damned Imperial lies. My men would never stoop to such methods, even in retaliation for your
This is our
butchery
homeland,
at-
Tullius. All the blood spilled in this war is on your head.
So, Dragonborn, what do you say? Well said. For once you'll actually pay for your crimes. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thangvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Lela Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften.
The Stormcloaks will pay appropriate compensation for the massacre at Carthwayston. You both agree to this?
The Sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on, Delmar. We have a lot of work to do.
Giving up Markarth is a heavy price for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, very.
Balgruf, I assume you are familiar
I'm afraid
with the
there's
Dragonborn's plan.
a serious one. I've discovered who the Greybeard's leader really is. He's a dragon. Not just any dragon, but the right hand of Alduin, responsible for many atrocities during the Ancient Dragon War. The Blades have been hunting him for centuries, but he was protected by the Greybeards, and then the Emperors. Justice demands that he die for his crimes. Until he is dead, I'm afraid my oath as a Blade prevents me from offering you aid and comfort. I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven Temple, an unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the Blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up. Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be. He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon after your victory over Alduin. I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call. Ah, indeed. I'm no master of the voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in this scroll. Oda Ving, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
Yes. Ready to do my part. Just say the word. My men will help you string this trap.
The difficulty remains how to lure a dragon.
Peguei esse Darfim pelo rabo.
Yes? What is it? That's all.
Vai. Hipster.
The Greybeards have arranged a truce between the Stormcloaks.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. As I promised, my men stand ready. The great chains are oiled. We wait on your word. My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands.
Tá colocando a cidade na mão da pessoa certa, mano. Não é qualquer um, não. É o grande mago. Vou pegar o grito pra chamar o dragão. Invoca dragão aqui. Aí deixa eu equipar o orientação na runa do dragão. Quem vai vir? Vai
Go
espiar.
ahead and call this dragon. We're ready.
Legal, apareceu. Ali. Nossa, ele veio para voar. Ih, bugou. Ih, bugou. Ubisoft, que isso, Ubisoft? Ubisoft. Cadê dragão? Eu que você quer, não? Eu que você quer, não? Vem, vem. É. Otário. Ih, não é o bichão agora não, né?
Ofuta med Kodav, caught like a bear in a trap. Zokfrini grin kogra drunviki, Dovahkiin. Ah, I forget. You do not have the Dova speech. My eagerness to meet you in battle was my undoing, Dovahkiin. I salute your, low cunning in devising such a Gramindol stratagem. Zuubonar, you went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position. In Sir Alduin, no doubt you want to know where to find Alduin.
É isso aí.
Renik Vaza, an apt phrase. Alduin Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your Thuum for myself. Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship, whether his Thuum was truly the strongest. Among ourselves, of course, Muni Mae, none were yet ready to openly defy him. Once Lord Croesus, innumerable pardons, I digress. He has traveled to Sovngarde to regain his strength, devouring the Silesure, the souls of the mortal dead, a privilege he jealously guards. His door to Sovngarde is at Skuldafn, one of his ancient fanes high in the eastern mountains. Mindoran pa ok midove navarantil. I surely do not need to warn you that all his remaining strength is marshaled there. Zuulost ofan hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me to go free? Serve you? No. Need id. If and when you defeat Alduin, I will reconsider. Croesus. There is one detail about Skuldafn I neglected to mention. Only this. You have the Thuum of a Dova, but without the wings of one, you will
never set foot in Skuldafn. Of course, I could fly you there, but not while imprisoned like this.
A gente vai voando pra lá. Mas isso vai ficar no próximo episódio, que eu acho que esse aqui já tá ficando muito grande. Então, a gente vai voar lá pra ilha, sei lá das quantas, no próximo episódio. Falou!